Toby, we're in the early stages of the 2024 cross-country season.
Yep.
Take us back to check-in and training camp, and what's different this year than last year?
Yeah, so we're 3 weeks into it. Started training camp on the 19th of August. Had a great training camp, probably the best training camp in my 27 years as the head cross-country coach. And I feel really good about the team. Returners are very talented and are leading well. And then a great group of freshmen, 8 freshman guys and a transfer and 5 other freshman women. So 14 new folks on our 36-person roster. And like I said, got talent, leadership, some young, potential and talent. Had our first meet, at Eastern, as always, on that first weekend, and came out of the gate pretty strong. So feeling good about things.
What makes a great training camp?
We have to be really intentional. It's very easy to say, okay, we're all together and let's, start our season. But if you take advantage of the time that you have to teach and not assume that people know everything in regard to how to train, what to do, and then also, just set a foundation of how things should be, again, your culture. And, people talk about that a lot, but the more intentional you are about it, the better it's going to be. And then you start seeing buy-in. And sometimes you don't see buy-in for a while. Sometimes you don't see it at all. And but when you see buy-in real early, like the first couple days, you know that things are going to be special, because that just builds upon itself as the season goes on.
That first meet at Eastern, the Clash in the Inland Northwest, that's usually a challenging one for us because we're competing against all the regional Division I programs. But some obvious steps forward this year from previous years. Talk about that.
Yeah, we had both guys and women that were in the race. Obviously we've got some very talented Division I distance programs here, in the Spokane area. And so to go out there and to just be in the race and compete with those guys and gals, that's something we want to do, because if we can do that, then we know at our level, the Division III level and in Northwest Conference, and the region, in the West region, I think we can compete at the high end. And we were not intimidated, this year compared to maybe some years in the past. People were excited about racing. And at the end, at the end of every meet, I always have the athletes close their eyes and raise their hands for how they felt their race went. Was it good? Was it great? Was it awesome? Was it okay? Was it bad? And we just had a lot of good, great, awesome, performances identified by the athletes. And that's always good to see.
Similar situation coming up this weekend. You're going to be competing in a meet hosted by Washington State down in Colfax. Talk about some of the competition you're going to face down there.
Yeah, it looks like probably the same group of characters that we're always racing against, whether it's in track, indoor, outdoor, cross country around here. It's a blessing to be able to run against Division I schools and very talented schools like Lewis and Clark State and even the Community College of Spokane. So it's probably going to be those same groups. We're going to do a 6K and an 8K. So our first opportunity to do that for our freshmen. That's always a big jump up from doing 5Ks in high school or just a 6K for our guys a couple weeks ago. So we're excited about the course. It's a flat course, pretty fast. So there's some optimism for some fast times by our athletes. But just again, it's great to be able to get out there. It's supposed to be a cooler day, about 75 degrees. So hopefully we get some great performances.